welcome to week one. Whoo! I'm so excited. Listen, I cannot believe it. We are here. We've been talking about it. We've been getting ready. Y'all picked up the books. You downloaded the DVDs. You just got all the stuff. You are ready. There you are, gathered in the homes. We're gathered here. Listen, look around. Get yourself comfortable. It's a couple people running late. I know, so just try not to roll your eyes when they walk in and be like, where you been? I got here on time. Don't even worry about that. Just allow the Spirit of God to begin what he's about to do. He's about to do amazing things. We're about to go on a great journey. Listen, as we start our session, I want you to begin praying and look around the circle and ask yourself, who's missing? Who should I bring back next week so that I can guarantee that they experience? It's not too late. I want you to guarantee that they can experience all that God has, because this journey, when you're done with it, you're going to want to share it with some friends. So invite them, come. I invited some friends, and I want you to meet them now. Come on, y'all. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Listen, how many of y'all are excited to start this new journey? Are y'all excited? Listen, I am so grateful. Just like we've opened up this space here, many of you have opened up your homes and you've gathered together. So thank you for joining us on this journey. We're going to walk together. We're going to laugh together. We're going to cry together. We're going to pray together. We're going to encourage one another. You are in for an experience that I pray, by the grace of God, would transform your life. So thanks for showing up. And thanks for leaning in and allowing God to speak during this time. So I'm excited. We're going to get started. Are y'all ready? Yeah. Listen, one of the things that I want to talk about is just setting this whole concept up. It begins in the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus, the children of Israel, I mean, they've gone through the Red Sea. They've passed that whole part. And it's around chapter 32 where we pick up. They're sitting there. Moses has gone up into the mountains. He's doing his God thing there. We later find out that he's receiving the 10 Commandments. But they're there, and the children of Israel, they're excited. We got out of Egypt. Yay, we ain't working for Pharaoh. No, heck no, we won't go. Oh, we gone. You know what I mean? So they're celebrating, they're having a good time. God has shown himself faithful. They've seen God's goodness. They've seen God's faithfulness. There's no question their God has heard them. But then it happens. They find themselves now where he go? Now Moses been gone. What they doing? What we gonna eat? I'm hungry, y'all. What we gonna? We was in Pharaoh's house. We would have been and ate by now. My good Lord, they ain't got no water. Look, what is it? They were waiting on God. And simply put, God just took too long. He just took too long. He said, how long are we gonna wait? They waited so long, they got frustrated. It's like, come on, God, we want you to come back. We want you to do. They had all of these demands. They had high hopes. They had big plans for their future, and they had all these things. They had a list of things they wanted God to do, a list of things they wanted God to be. They had a plan. They had an intention, an agenda. Sometimes we call them prayer requests. They really agendas. But God, like, who does he think he is? Like, come on, you know I'm hungry, Jesus. Like, God, are you really going, we just down here? And they look to Aaron and they say, we don't know what happened to Moses and this God. We don't know. They could be dead for all we know. Aaron, build us another God. Before we judge them too quickly, what do you do? Ever been there? God, where are you? When are you going to come through? When are you going to answer? We talk all the time about the times when God shows up, when scheduled. We tell the testimonies in church. We see the little videos that they package and tell us, great testimonials. I needed God by Wednesday at 5 o'clock, and God showed up. I want to talk about, what did you do when you needed God Wednesday by 5 o'clock and it was 5:07 and you ain't heard nothing? What do you do when you're praying for healing and God take the cancer away and the chemo results come back and you still got it? Well, what do you do when you're saying, Lord, save my children, and your children are running amok? What do you do when the finances are so tight and you say, Lord, I'm praying, I'm believing you, and the finances get tighter? What do you do when God does his own thing, when God doesn't follow your instructions, prayer requests? I mean prayer requests. What do you do when you tell God explicitly what you want and he does his own thing? He goes off script. What do you do with the disobedient God? A God who refuses to follow your instructions, a God who refuses to follow your agenda, a God who does his own thing. What do you do with the God who does his own thing? Disobedience is something else. We all have a reaction when people don't perform like we want them to perform. I mean, just in practical life, and just in real everyday life. What do we do? I want to talk about this. Let's talk about this. What do you do when someone doesn't do what you want them to do? When someone disappoints you, when someone doesn't respond like you want them to, when they don't give you the reaction that you want, whether it's your children, whether it's your coworker, whether it's your spouse, I just love to get the emotional response. What happens when people don't do what you want them to do? Let's talk about it. Come on. What? Yeah, David. Yeah.
With my wife, I shut down.
You shut down. What does that look like? Does that you?
I feel like my heart is just closed.
And that shows up because she can't see the closed sign on your heart,
Right.
but maybe there's a closed sign on your mouth. Do you stop talking?
Yeah,
Or you talk, but the passion doesn't show up in the words?
definitely.
Y'all probably still have sex though, huh? You're like, we gonna have sex, but I'm not gonna mean it. I'm not gonna mean it, because I know everything ain't shut down. But a lot of times that happens in a lot of marriages. I mean, we laugh, but there are a lot of sexless marriages and a lot of emotionalist marriages and passionless marriages because they got a closed sign on their heart. And people can't see the closed sign on the heart, but you can see the closed sign on my lips. Who else? What? Yeah.
I amuse myself in different ways, like being entertained. And sometimes we don't think that's a big deal, but when we distract ourselves from God's purpose and his will because we lose focus, and we start entertaining ourselves and getting ourselves involved in other ways, then that's an issue.
So you kind of numb yourself. You just find other stuff to do.
Exactly.
I'm just going to do something else then.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yes.
I tend to blame myself, think of what did I do wrong? Why is he leaving me? Or what did I do?
Interesting. So you take God's reaction and make his reaction about you. It must be something with me. That's good. Over here. Yeah. Chase.
I go to anger. Like the worst is if you've ever sent like a really like long text message and you're like venting your emotions and you're telling somebody, then you get back K. It's like oh man, it's on. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, it's
which is also problematic of our time. Like, why are we expressing that level of communication on text? Like, have you been that mad? Have you been that person when you just, and I'm gonna tell you, and then you hit it, and then it's like, they probably be like, I'm too tired. I can't write a thesis back to how bad you are. But the disappointment of them not reciprocating your passion. It's like I put all that into it and all I get is a single letter. Yeah, no, that's disappointing. Yeah.
I tend to become self-reliant. So, if you can't do that and you can't show up for me, I'll just do it. Like, I'll just take it myself. Or God, if you're not going to do that, then I'll make that happen.
Yeah.
So I just tend to like when someone disappoints me or when something doesn't happen the way I wanted it to, I go into like independence and self-reliance and just try to like play it off.
Yes.
I think for me, I question our entire relationship.
Mm.
And I question the character of the person. I question what they've said in the past about me, about us. And then maybe I misallocated my expectation of us. So let me kind of make it work with what you're actually able to give me.
So when you don't do what I want you to do, I question everything about us. It brings everything into question, all the good that you've ever done, all the other thing. One missed expectation, and now I'm questioning the whole relationship. Are you who I thought you were? No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Brittany.
I think I pretend like I don't care.
but
Yeah.
I'm really hurt.
Oh, how many? We all know this one, don't we? Oh, I love this one. Go
I'm like,
ahead.
no, it's fine, and then I just let that like fester until it just like comes out slowly and slowly. I don't fully trust you, and I won't ever get over it, but I'm not gonna address it. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna like put it somewhere and pretend like it didn't bother me.
Oh, the beautiful gift of passive aggressiveness. It's like, oh no, I'm fine. No, don't even worry about it. Don't even think about it. No, I was just asking anyway, just to be nice. I didn't think he was gonna actually do it anyway. No, it's fine, totally fine. Like, just totally play it off. Yeah. Who else? Go ahead.
All right, being a mom of 3, I think it's an everyday occurrence in my life to have someone not listen to me. And,
Wow, now that's deep. That's good. Every mama watching just said yes, yes.
so it's frustrating, and I think, like many of you have said, it makes you wonder, like, am I not doing something right? Why is it that they won't listen the first time? And so I go into frustration, and sometimes I shut down, and it's like, you won't listen to me? I'm not gonna listen to you. And sometimes it's, no, I need you to listen more. So I go into a whole why you should listen to me, how it hurts me when you don't listen to me, and kids at the ages my kids aren't listening to any of that. So it makes it even more frustrating. And so it's just one of those things where I'm starting to question, like, okay, so what am I doing wrong that makes them not want to listen to me in these moments? So
Yeah. Who else has got something? Yes.
For me, it's a big deal to ask someone to do something for me in the first place. And so,
First of all, that's how many people are like that? You just don't even know. I wouldn't even ask you if it was like level 9 emergency. How many of you it's just hard to ask to begin with. So you already starting with a deficit like out the gate. Go ahead.
and so when I get a no response, or I don't get what I want, I notice this thing in my personality where I become manipulative. And so, like, all these things that, not on purpose, but that shutdown thing, that energy that I give you, is like, I won't say anything to you, but I'm giving you an energy to let you know I'm not pleased. And the back part of that is that I want you to know that I'm not pleased because I want you to do what I wanted you to do. And so that's kind of one of the things that happens with me when I get disappointed.
What's amazing is we have all these emotional reactions to people. You've got to know we have those same emotional reactions to God. You've just got to know that when God doesn't please you, you get passive aggressive with God. You get manipulative with God. Or you shut down and you act like you don't care with God. It shows up not just in our relationships, but it shows up with this relationship. God, I don't like the way you're behaving. Notice what nobody really said, though. Nobody said, I go and I talk to them. I pursue them. I try to clarify if there's any misunderstanding. Everyone just jumps to their conclusion of their assessment of what's going on. No one said, outside of my wife LaRosa saying, talking to a 2-year-old, trying to talk to them, but trying to explain to them, but no one said, I just go to them and try to say, listen, you hurt me, I didn't. That's not anybody's default emotion. That's not anybody's default thing. And if it's not our default thing with people, imagine how many times we don't go to God. So I guess the question is, what do you do with a disobedient God? When he goes off script, what's your default emotional reaction? Let's keep the conversation going, but as we'll say in every session, let's invite the God of all creation into the conversation.